Hey, it's Golden Buddha here, back with some more RPG horror stories for your listening entertainment. Today we have a story entitled, Player's Upset Because He Doesn't Have Plot Armor. I think that seems pretty self-explanatory, but let's dive into it, shall we? Roll post. After a year of saving money, I finally had enough money to buy a DMG and a PHB for 5e. I had been playing a series of one-shots with my sister at a game shop, and I was itching to run my own campaign. I was still a really new DM and felt intimidated bringing my campaign to the people at the game shop, who had upwards of 10 years playing. Instead, I was going to run my first campaign with some school friends. We had a Dragon Age tabletop RPG, but we hadn't played in over 8 months and ready for something more complex. Sometime within that 8 months, we added 2 new people to our group, so our cast is as follows. DM, me. Fighter Gladiator who's trying to figure out what he wants to do with his life now that he's out of the arena. Beastmaster Ranger looking for his lost father. Barbarian who killed the dragon by himself, our titular player. There was also a cleric, wizard, and monk in the party, but they don't play an important part in this story. I never really liked the pre-written stuff, so I came up with a story. Basically, the dragons of the world are decadents of the god of war, and he is pissed at people for killing dragons. Dragons are now attacking civilization, and the party has been recruited to help protect cities. I told them this story at session 0 and suggested a slight story change for the barbarian. I didn't think it was possible for a level 3 barbarian to take down a dragon by himself, but he insisted. I eventually got him to add in another person to his backstory, but I think he said something about that guy dying 30 seconds into the fight. Everything was going great. The team was working well together, and everyone was having fun. Role-playing quickly becoming the party's favorite part because I did my best to help people further their character goals. Barbarian's RP parts were essentially, I'm the greatest hero to ever live! I thought he was having fun and no one really said anything. Session 3 was when things start getting good. A city they were working for caught wind of a dragon a few miles out of the city and wanted it dead. When they got there, the dragon was ready to die and just wanted a good death. It was a mini-boss and scaled down, so it would be challenging but not impossible. The barbarian was the only one that went down, to which he replied, That shouldn't happen. I don't know what he wanted, but the cleric was able to get him back up. Now a bit on my early DMing style. I've picked up some habits from other DMs. I've had to make my own thing. It's been described as railroading with billions of tracks. I have a story I want to tell, but I do leave in other story hooks, and players having character quests is always fun for me to write. I bring this up because if you see an insane man with a ton of power and doing evil things, a fight with him is probably a stop on the train. Enter Ash. Ash was a fanatic of the god of war and was burning anyone who he thinks is going to kill a dragon. The party encountered Ash on their way back to the city. He was surrounded by 8 burnt corpses and attempting to turn them to ash. Behind the scenes, Ash was designed to fight them at a level 10 and was secretly the one who killed the ranger's father. They tried to sneak by, and I tried to help by giving them advantage. The ranger, of all people, rolled 2 nat 1s. Ash called them over to admire his work. An RP scene took place, and this is where they learned about his fanaticism. Fighter rolled a 19 to deceive Ash and make him believe they are doing the same. Barbarian, however, didn't want to go along with the lie. Barbarian, not me. I kill dragons for fun. Ash, I'm going to assume that was a joke. There's a fire in his eye now. He looks like he's ready to attack. Nope, and I'll kill you too! He readies his axe, takes a deep breath and cracks his knuckles. Alright, I'm in a generous mood today. If you run now, I'll spare you. Fighter, okay, but we'll be back and Barbarian, no, I'm going to kill him! Here and now! The rest of the party decided to run, but a fight broke out between Ash and Barbarian. Ash goes first and casts Fireball. Barbarian fails save and is dealt 40 damage. This is exactly Barbarian's health, so he's down. He failed the first death save and Ash killed him in the next round. Again, Barbarian wanted some plot armor, but I wasn't having it. I told him I already gave him plot armor when I told him to run. He started yelling at me and saying, My backstory should trump mechanics. We all just looked at him. It doesn't, I said to him calmly. Your background features don't save you from an insane man in the wilds. He then goes on about how he carefully crafted backstory and now it's going to waste. He called me a bad DM because he couldn't do whatever he wants. He spent the rest of the session, which was just them collecting their reward, sulking and left shortly after. Fighter is Barbarian's brother, and he texted me the next day. He apologized for his brother and said he would talk to him. Barbarian texted me the day before our next session and asked to make a new character. Stuff like that doesn't get to me, and I helped him make a paladin. It was pretty much the same character, but with a different backstory. End post. Well, sounds like he wanted to fight the big bad, and, well, he got just what he wanted. Sometimes encounters aren't always scaled to the party's level. Sometimes you need to throw a level 10 dude out there just to let him know who's boss. Nah, but in all seriousness, that could have went way worse. I mean, at least he was willing to make another character, albeit the same guy, but just a different class. Definitely could have went worse. Guys, let me know what you think about this story, and like and subscribe for more content. And as always, this is Golden Buddha telling you to stay enlightened and stay safe.